Greetings goats and deers, and welcome to the LILLIA Champion Spotlight. She's a lovely deer girl jungler, a daughter of a great tree, and she can see everybody's dreams, and puts people to sleep to help out her tree mother. She just got added to the PvE, and as always we'll take a look at her abilities, her emotes and her skin at the end, Spirit Blossom. Before we get to the abilities, enjoy her emotes.
Did it work?
She has a pretty simple kit, so let's get over her abilities. Her passive makes each of her abilities apply a damage over time effect on enemies, damaging them for a percentage of their max health, with a capped damage against jungle monsters. It doesn't stack or increase the damage if you do it multiple times, but it just refreshes its duration. Her Q, Blooming Blows, has two effects, a passive giving her stacking movement speed up to 5 stacks every time she hits with an ability, and an active that deals an AoE around her, dealing magic damage to close targets and true damage to those in the outer edge. The cooldown is short enough to let you stack the movement speed with just the Q, and the stacks don't go off altogether, but instead one by one. Her W, Watch Out Deep, makes her do a huge strike with her staff dealing magic damage, increased for those that are in the center of it. It makes her dash a bit, but it doesn't dash over terrain, any type of terrain. She will just cast it near the edge, close to her. Not make her jump over it, no matter how small. Swirl Seed is her E, tossing a seed, dealing magic damage when it hits an enemy, slowing them and revealing them for a few seconds. If no enemies are hit, it will roll until it hits an enemy or collides with terrain. If you toss it directly on an enemy, it will just break instantly. Having a global range, you can toss it from your base and it will roll until it hits something. You also have a marker showing you where it will end its roll. And that's a pretty fun ability. And finally, her ultimate, Lilting Lullaby, causes enemies that are affected by her passive to go drowsy for 1.5 seconds, making them increasingly slow over the duration, then falling asleep for a few seconds, unable to move or act until damaged by an enemy with a non-periodic damage, meaning her passive won't wake up enemies from their slumber. If they are not damaged, they will wake up after the effect ends, but if damaged by an ability, they will take additional magic damage. Maxing out the abilities, the passive just increases the cap for monsters, the Q increases the damage, true damage, and movement speed you get to 11% per stack, W increases damage and reduces the cooldown, E increases the slow and the damage, and the ultimate reduces the cooldown quite a lot, increases the sleep up to 3 seconds, and the base break damage to 200. For the build, she's a jungler, so Runic Echoes would work great on her, Boots could be the Mercury's Threads, and Liandry's works well with her passive. Then you can go for more offensive items like Morello or Void Staff and finish it off with a Zonias. Then I did a bit of a jungle test. She seems pretty strong in the clear thanks to the dot and the small cooldown on her Q and the stacking movement speed buff. I think she will have a pretty awesome clear and quite nice ganks, similar to Hecarim maybe, which is definitely not her father and Nico her mother. Remember, she was born from a tree from the power of the gods. No physical connection required. Just like Jesus. That's it for LILLIA. Keep watching for more clips I've experienced with, and for her skin spotlight, leave a like and subscribe because it's my birthday if it's still the 7th by the time I finish making the video and upload it. And I will spawn demonic baby goats under your bed that will scream your name if you don't subscribe. And I will see you soon. Looks like we'll get Yon the masked assassin, and the rest of the teased skins next patch in 2 weeks, I presume with a Dead Blossom skin line. Also, True Damage are teasing something on their website. We'll see if it's yet another skin line joining the band, or another song from the original, or some merged. But until next time, bye bye.
Daydreams, night dreams, dusk dreams. Oh, hello, buds. What little wisps of you?
Turret plating will soon fall.
The white dream. The light is so dim. Now I just have to wait for my confidence to regrow. Oh, hello, buds. What little wisps of you? Oopsie. Time to be mean, LILLIA. Did it work? Oh! Dream we've both forgotten. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I'll just look around for threats. That time's the charm. Was that me?